All right, folks. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Again, I apologize for the delay. Don't like wasting anybody's time. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And if you're brand new with DAC, hey, welcome to the family. We've got a great thing going on here. Another fabulous weekend. You guys are just knocking the cover off the ball with submissions from healthcare to payment processing to funding, all of it. And of course, recruiting. You're really just doing a great job spreading the good news that is David Allen Capital. And as you know, our whole goal here is to make a difference, right? To be building giants in our business, but serving clients in the field. And so a couple things I wanted to bring to your attention as leaders. Number one, last week, we added a video for the DAC Protect Consumer Services that is meant to share with consumers. We also just uploaded one prior to this going live here, which is the whole bundle of consumer services for sharing with consumers. Of course, your website, you would need to share your replicated website with them once they watch the video. But in the Facebook page today, we put some refreshers up of customer acquisition process. And in client acquisition or customer acquisition of consumer services, one of the things we mentioned in the 5-step process was informing them and then asking them if it's okay if I send you more information. That video is a great video to send to them to learn more. And then, of course, you could send them your website during the follow-up. If they're interested in learning more, they can go right to your website, as we prompt them to do at the end of the video. But that's a great way to share. Same thing with business building, your team. What I want to talk about today, though, is being the leadership example. For being a leader with your team, you're in this to build an organization. A lot of our compensation plan, as you know, is withheld and paid to the upline, the leaders who are helping to lead the team. We pay a lot to the person who gets the client. In fact, they get the most. But then we retain a lot to pay the effective leaders in the upline. The team that came before. Upline is a term, just up the line of join dates, right? Someone joined before someone else referred someone, and you're all linked in the computer to somebody. And so that is your upline. And then if you refer people, they are your down line, down the line. It's just simple terms. Well, to be an effective leader in this, I want to make sure you're doing the things. We talk about the game plan. I just write down these notes. If you're not doing this will amplify your activity. It'll amplify the effectiveness of your activity. It's if you ever used an amplifier in a radio before, I've got a surround system at home and it's a Bose. And with the amplifier, the main system not working, I can plug into the speakers and hear anything out of my iPhone, but I can hear it, but it's not real loud. Man, I plug it in through that amplifier, same sound coming out of my iPhone, but something about that amplifier makes the sound coming out of the speakers much larger. I don't understand it, but I know this, it works. And I don't understand necessarily what I'm about to talk about right now. Actually, I think I do, but it doesn't matter. When I flip the light switch, the lights go on, right? If I blow a fuse and I flip the light switch, the lights don't go on. Don't need to know why, just got to go fix the fuse. So this business, the amplification of your team's performance, you can control. You can control your team's performance and you can amplify it. And that's what I want to focus on. Mondays are all about the leadership side. So first of all, being an effective leader, number one, you got to be an example. Nobody gives authority over or they don't want to follow people that aren't being an example. You need to be talking to clients. If you decided to get in this business just to build a team, we're not for you. You're not going to be you might be able to make some money. You might be able to make bank, but you're not being a good example. And you won't make long-term good money and you won't be qualified. You'll miss out on so much revenue because getting customers here is a requirement to qualify to get paid on your team the most maximized way. So number one, you got to be an example. Number two, be honest with people. Be honest means informing people when they're off course too. It doesn't mean just encouragement. It's one thing to encourage and inspire. That's important. Motivation, yeah, gets them excited for a day. Inspiration will get them excited for a month. Honesty will build a person up to be a performer. You can motivate and inspire and be honest at the same time very easily. Don't go hang up the phone and go, man, if they did this and this and this, they'd be doing so much better. Okay, that's not leading. That's losing the person. You want to lead them or lose them? Leading them is going, hey, listen, I heard you on the call the other day, and I want to be helpful with you as a coach. And that is to discuss some things. Now, if you're not being an example yourself, zip it. If you're not talking to clients, zip it. You don't have the authority. Just because you refer them doesn't mean they owe you their attention. They don't owe you their attention. You earn their attention. You may be able to be a good tour guide, getting them where they need to go right now and pointing their direction on where to go find the trainings and where to go get at questions for help. But as far as giving leadership advice, until you're making calls and living out the example of the DAC way, it's hard to course correct someone when your course is not corrected yourself. So start out by being the example, which you are. I'm going on the assumption you are, or you'll begin to be. Number two, you're going to be honest with people. So if you see something, you don't hang up the phone and go, man, if they only knew that. You're losing them. That's not leading. Leadership is coaching. And that means you're being honest with people and you're direct. Okay. You can be direct with people. That direct does not mean rude. Direct means you don't beat around the bush and never get to the real point and it gets confused. It's okay to say, hey, I think you're being a little abrupt at the beginning. I know you're not intending to be, but you're appearing to be that way. So let's work on that. Let's just role play you and I together a little bit. You call me. Let's just role play over the phone right now a little bit. Simple, right? Simple stuff, but how many are you doing this? You're losing people every day who want to step up and be a performer. That's part one. Part two, let's say you're going to do all that. Now you want to find people who can drive the business. You don't want to just get people on the bench. You don't want to just fill the roster. You're not just getting a participation trophy here. You're not looking to just get rid of jerseys and put labels on. You're trying to build a team of performers, right? So to build a performing team, how do you amplify it? First, amplify it by doing everything I've already said. The second way is you would strive to find those who drive. That's what you're looking to do. You're only looking to find those who want to drive this. They're self-starters. They're disciplined, and they're willing. They got it. We say this over and over. But so many people are looking for quantity of people. You don't need 10 pitchers. You need 3 pitchers who can get the ball over the strike zone and don't give up a lot of hits. That's all you need. You don't need 10 who can't pitch. You don't need 10 who won't take the field, 10 who are afraid to put their cleats on, 100 who put their cleats on. It's not hard to find thousands of people who say yes to a free business. We're not free because we want thousands to say yes and don't do anything. We're free so that the ones who do say yes and don't do anything don't lose money. That's the reason. And to bring credibility and integrity. But what we're asking you to do is start striving. Just like that little clip on Facebook said today, part of the script is, hey, we're looking for leadership, self-driven type. We want to serve clients. We want to build giants. And we're looking for some people who are get after it type people. Want to help us lead and support these services and help us help business owners. Are you interested in helping to carry out our mission? Lead other people? Dude, I don't know. No problem. I'm looking for pitchers who want to take the mound. I'm not looking for people to fill the stands to sell the hot dogs. I'm looking for people to help us win the World Series. I'm looking for people that want to catch the touchdown pass, not bring out the Gatorade. I'm looking for people who want to help get this done. This is how easy it is to amplify your business. Be the example. Tell people what you're looking for that is the example. All right. And the last thing I'll say is this. This is how simple these ingredients are. In the game plan, we talk about find out their reason why. So many people think your reason why is their reason why. So we promote our reason why to them. But their reason why may be, I want a new Lamborghini. When someone's in their 20s, status matters more than for most. Most people in their 20s, status matters, man. I want that Lamborghini. I want a boom, boom, boom at the intersection. And I want people to recognize me. When I'm going to the club, I'm the one who's going to leave. They're going to leave my car out front. That motivates some people. If that's the reason why, that's the reason why. If the reason why is I want to get out of my job and quit my job, that's the reason why. If the reason why is I'm already retired and I'm not living the way I want to live, that's the reason why. The reason why is I didn't get good enough grades to get to good school and I'm not expecting a job waiting for me and I want to go prove all the people who said I was too stupid wrong. I want to go make a lot of money. Then that's the reason why. You don't determine the reason why. We got to find out the reason why. But someone says, why are you doing this? I want to make $7,000 a month. That's not a why. Say, why do you want to make $7,000 a month? Dig deeper. Well, I want to make $7,000 a month because, I figure out my family, my wife's working or my husband's working and they hate what they do and they make $5,000 a month and I'm making $2,000 in my job. And I'd love both of us to be able to quit our jobs and do this full time. So why would you want to do this full time? Because I hate seeing Sunday night when my husband starts to think about Monday at work. And I hate thinking Sunday night that tomorrow I got to go to work. And I hate when my daughter says, Mom, why do you got to come home at 5 o'clock? Can't you come home when I get out of school? And this is the reason why you want $7,000 a month. It's because you want to be there when baby gets off the bus. You don't want your husband feeling Sunday night sucks anymore because they got to go to work on Monday. You don't want to have to go to work on Monday. You guys want the lifestyle freedom. You don't need 70 grand. You don't need 100. You don't need 7. And you get to tell the boss to go away. I love it. I love it. Now that's a reason why. Are you finding out the reason why, or are you just assuming they have one? Amplify your business by adding these few things. Be the example, recruit the example, find out the reason why. And when you write the algebraic plan of how to get the reason why, of how much activity they're going to do, which is all right in the game plan, and you find out what activity they're going to do, they commit to it and you hold them accountable to it. That doesn't mean you're calling them like a boss. They're not looking for a job, but it does mean you have an honest conversation and say, hey, remember we set up that goal, and that goal was $7,000 a month because you want to be there for Lisa when she gets off the bus, and you're tired of Steven having to go to that job, and you're tired of having to show up to that job yourself, right? Remember, that's what we are doing this for. And I committed to helping you make this a reality. And I know we're going to hit your target. And we set the target, your activity, you're going to do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you're going to do this next week and the following week and the following week. And you're going to do this for 4 months. And if you did this for 4 months, you would have the result. We expect you'd be at that $7,000 a month. But I got to tell you, I know how bad you want that, but your actions aren't backing that up. Because the last 2 days you've missed the mark, right? You didn't do the activity. So how do you intend to justify that in your mind? Are you going to lower the goals and say you don't want that reason why anymore? Are you giving that up? Or are you going to not allow yourself to have a day go by again where you don't do the activity? Which one's it going to be? I don't want you to give up on the reason why. I know how easy it is to get there. I know there's going to be days when you can't do the business the way you said you were going to, especially with your full-time job, especially with the family, especially things come up. I get it. But that means tomorrow we got to double down. We got to double up the activity then to catch up for what we didn't do yesterday. We don't let go of our reason why. We let go of the inactivity. We don't terminate the reason why, we terminate the procrastination. You can't talk to someone this way without them believing they can do it. And you can't talk honestly with people without them doing it. This is how you take someone from wanting it to achieving it. And without this, it does not happen. Self-starters who just get after it and do it are few and far between. They're out there, but you're talking about 2 or 3% of the people only. And they're great to have. And when you have them, you know it because they're just rolling right by you. They're doing all kinds of amazing stuff. But if you build your business hoping to find them, you're not going to have the culture that they want to be a part of. They want to be part of a championship culture. So summarize, you got to be the example. Number one, that doesn't mean you don't have to be getting a lot of clients yet, but you got to be doing the activity. Because by doing the activity, you learn what works and doesn't work and works and doesn't work. And you'll be able to answer questions, right? So you'll get the clients, they'll come. We don't, every time you plant a seed, doesn't mean it's going to become a crop of corn. Doesn't mean you don't know how to farm. Sometimes climate, sometimes change, sometimes seasons, things happen out of your control. What we do have control over is we keep farming. We just keep on farming. And so be the example, number one. Number two, recruit leadership by saying that, putting those into your words and owning it and believing it, sorting for it. And number three, when you're doing the game plan, find out their reason why, dig through deeper into their reason why. And when you got their reason why, remind them of it. When you set up your daily activity, remind that activity. And if someone doesn't want to be coachable with you, I've got people, I wouldn't say I'm one of them, but I'm pretty close. Okay. When I dropped a bunch of weight, I reported to my doctor every day. Every day I reported my weight. And I didn't mind. I subjected myself to that. I wanted that accountability. But if certain areas of my life, I don't want to have to report every day. I'm an entrepreneur, self-starter, independent, don't control me type person, right? So if you come across someone who says, who's not willing to commit to you yet accountability or feedback, don't take it as, oh, they're not coachable. Maybe they're coachable, but when you put the collar around their neck, they want to run and hide, don't want to be a part of it. So I've had people before where we set up the accountability and they go, yeah, I don't want to report every day though. It's not because I don't want to do the work every day. It's because I don't want to feel like I have a job. Fair enough. When are you comfortable reporting so that we can have some interaction? I'm here for you. When are you comfortable? Well, I'm not at all. Well, listen, for accountability and coaching, I want to be able to be here to help you. I got to know what you're doing and not doing so I can give you good feedback. So how about weekly? How about you just give me your numbers weekly? You just shoot me a text of how many conversations you had and how it went, what you think you did well, what you think you knew better. And then and someone like that, I like to say, and let me know how you think I might be able to help you better. Because they're already thinking, you know, that they don't want to be talked to like they're an employee. So I like to tell them, hey, you could tell me some things on how I can do better with you. So when you let me know your numbers, also let me know how I can help serve you better. Oh, cool. So these are simple things you can do to amplify. You start attracting the right people. They're performing. You don't allow people to go month over month over month without working, day over day over day without working. You got to reach out and say, listen, you said now you have the reason why. You know the reason why. Plug in. That's all I got for you today. I think it's everything you need to decline this call. That's all we got today, but I want to go to your questions. We're going to a different format. We're going to a agent of the month rather than agent of the week. And we're going to make a little more fanfare in that. So we don't have an agent of the week this week. We're holding that off. But we're excited to say we're going to do that monthly instead and make more of it. So congratulations to all of you who've already qualified for that. All of you were capable of being agents of the month. We were just doing agents of the week at the time. And so as we continue this, we will certainly be hopefully doing a great job with recognition with that. And of course, if you see anything we can do better, always let us know. With that, folks, what I want to do is I want to open up for questions. And anything, I always start with what I talk about today. If you got a question about, hey, does healthcare come in? Just hold off for a moment. Let's go to the first questions. We'll go number one, questions about what we just talked about. If you got some of that, let's start there. Unmute yourself. And when I see you're unmuted, I will then be able to call on you. Anything that what I talked about on being the example, on recruiting the leadership type, on the game plan and getting to their reason why, being honest with them, accountability, feedback, anything with that. If you have any questions, let's start there. And then when we're done with those, we'll go to any questions about anything else. Harlequin's got her hand up. Harlequin, you got a question for us?
Well, it's not a question, but it's a comment. Another really big one, especially here in the Atlanta area, another county just announced today that school will be all over the internet. It's going to be all virtual. So parents are massively scrambling right now to figure out how to do that. Because if it's a two-income household, they can't, one parent is going to have to stay home to teach the kids.
Yeah. So there's further need in the marketplace for flexibility and being able to replace your job. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Harlequin. It's many counties are going to do it now, later. And one day that won't be the case and one day it will, but there will always be the case where people want flexibility in their life. So the reason why is some of these this is going to be the reason why. No question. Any other questions about this information, folks, that we just talked about? go ahead and unmute yourself. If you think you got it down, then great. Then I'll say this. How often are you doing it? Or do you just know it? Because being an example of a leader means not only do you know it, you're doing it. Just like if you got someone in your team going, they don't get it. They got the drop cards. They're not even talking to anyone yet. When are they gonna? Maybe they're following the leader of their team. Morgan, you're unmuted. Did you have a question or did I unmute you on accident?
Nope, I unmuted myself. Just a quick comment. So I know that you were just talking about how to get a leadership type to maybe report to you. I think a really good way to do it is to give them your goal of contacts as well and make it more of an exchange. So I know that would work really well, being that I know a lot of leadership types like that. And it'd be more of like a teamwork effort if you were to say, this is my goal, and to report honestly with them. So you're more side by side rather than you report to me. I think that'd be awesome.
Love it. That's a great idea. I think you'd all probably agree. Some people love the coordinated stuff more. So it all depends on your relationship with them. Good stuff, Morgan. Lee, I saw you had your hand up. Go ahead, Lee. You got a question for us? Lee, I'm going to try to unmute you. I had to mute you because your noise was coming through, but there you are. You're unmuted now.
Okay, yeah. If you have someone in your downline that kind of drifted away, but you saw some potential in them, how do you kind of reach back out to them? Giving them that second chance, and maybe kind of apologizing for not reaching out sooner. How would you go about doing that?
I would be just completely honest, like you just said. If you gave me a call, left a voicemail, and said, or talked to me live, said, "Hey, Dave, I'm just reaching out to you because I saw a lot in you. I see a lot of potential in you, and DAC just continues to rock, and I just think you could do great with us. And I almost felt like I didn't do a real good job of being there for you. So I'm just reaching out to see if you want to give it a second look, because I think you could do some amazing things with DAC, and we could really use you. You interested in giving it another look?" So just honesty. Make sense?
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, phone call, reaching out, a text, reaching out, call. Nothing beats a phone call because it can hear your voice, especially Lee, and something like that, when you really do believe they could do well. Now, there's some where there's maybe 10 or 15 people in your team. You don't even know who they are. You've never met them. They joined cold market through ads or something, and you don't know them and you want to reach out to them. Then it's a good thing to talk about what's going on with the company. First, that we're rocking and rolling. We're blazing trails. We're getting better and better every month. And they saw something at some point, and you're just reaching out to make sure that if they're interested in giving it another look, that you want to be there for them much more than you were in the past. That you've learned how to be a better leader with the team, and you want to be able to be there for them and ask if they're interested in learning more. And you could email 10 people that. With that same type thing, and reply to me if you're interested in checking us out further, and we'll build a relationship, so you can re-engage them into a relationship as if they're brand new.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Matthew DeHame. How you doing, Matthew? The math.
Fantabulous. Share what you believe, right? That's it. Here we are. Reaching out to the older agents that I've overlooked, and I've probably just as guilty as anyone, not keeping them engaged. But one thing you can do, and I'm doing successfully, and it's something that we've got right now, which is the most unique healthcare option on the planet, and they need to know about it. And a lot of these folks, they got in because it's business capital was their original. The impetus was to offer loans, and they got the rejection. They got punched in the face because people are abused out there, but not about this. And so reaching back out to agents, say, I already sent your 3 colorful graphics out to the downline I've got. They were excellent, just very concise. And I appreciate what you put together there, because it's really what it is, the 3 things. Boom, this is how you do it, this is why you do it, and this is, the correct method. With the healthcare offering we've got, there's just nobody that wouldn't want to offer that. And if they know that they're not going to hit that wall of resistance by reaching out to business owners, and it's the door opener. And again, I'm going to say it again, guys, everybody on this call, come on, it's just people, as Scott Fradula said, they're hungry for this. They need it. They want it. They need to know about it. And I'm not getting resistance. It's like you're talking to your friend now all of a sudden. It's like, I know we all have this in common thing, and all this crap's going on in the world. What are you doing about healthcare coverage right now? It's like a natural, it's not hard. So it's a wonderful opportunity for old agents or those that we feel that we've overlooked. Maybe we messed up, and it's okay. Reach out and say, hey, I'm here to help you. You need to know about this. I'm doing this. And it's really a lot easier than perhaps what you experienced initially, and you may have gotten discouraged about this business. Man, I'm telling you, it's really, and I believe it, so you can tell. And because I believe it, they're going to hear it and they get it like, this is really unique. And we've got I think the term was first mover initiative. That's the thing I wrote down. Humongous.
First mover advantage.
Initiative on this just wonderful over the top thing. Is like, you got this, you got this, you got this. I'll just start for the double finger thing. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In their head, they're like spinning, like, okay, how do I get a quote? And by the way, we offer healthcare. We offer a business capital if you need it, if and when. We just so you know, that's our core business. But this is something we're pretty excited about. You can tell I'm darn excited about it, right? Yeah, they're like, yeah, you sound pretty excited about it, because I am. And it's something that no one else has, and you've got it, and they need it. So that's my suggestion for today.
Love it. And I see you had another pre-qual on healthcare come in.
And we got the call done, and we got the quote, and he's on board. 5 folks, one on the ASH plan, and I'm learning this as I go, by the way, with Lou. He's my contact guy, Lou Emanuelson. And so on. I plan on winning some of that money.
Hey, love it. Who's going to be number 1? Who's going to take the Mapster down? I don't know.
I think the guy to catch, right? Noah? Isn't Noah the guy to catch? The guy to beat Noah?
We'll see. He's got the most in the past. I don't know how he's doing now. I'm not going to tell anyone how they're doing. I just know those who are going for it are doing better than those who aren't. And you're going to do better than you would have without it. So great example, Matthew. Thank you, buddy. And by the way, I just want to add one more thing, and then if you got a question about unrelated service, unmute yourself. I'll call in you in a minute. But I wanted to just say this one last thing. Matthew said something about we've got this and we've got this. There's one common denominator about every service we launch in the business marketplace. It's disruptive. It's alternative funding for when the bank can't help you. It's alternative payment processing for when you got to start retaining that fees. You don't want to do the cash discount. The last 6 businesses I've used credit cards at restaurants, they're not cash discount. And every one of them that I've reached out to, I've not called them all, depends on the time. I keep the receipt. And then I call and say, hey, I'm looking at the receipt. I noticed you're not doing cash discount. And you ate the credit card fees that I caused. And you know what? It's opening doors. Well, I'd be interested in learning more. Yeah, tell me more about that. They don't even know about it. So we've got disruptive payment processing, disruptive healthcare, and disruptive capital. That's what we're doing. And it's not disrupting in a negative way. It's not hurting the companies that are doing what they're doing. They can keep doing that. We're just coming along the side for the right place and the right time. Harlequin, you got a question about something unrelated to business capital? What do you got?
Yeah.
Unrelated to leadership stuff.
Yeah, well, actually, one other thing on the leadership stuff. The other thing to keep in mind is if you know anybody who has been on unemployment, the extra $600 a week ends this week. So some of those people are going to be scrambling if they haven't found another job. But on a leadership issue, we seem to be having some issues with receiving the identity theft emails. I have an agent who has not received her personal email whenever she signed up, and she signed somebody up over the weekend and had not received their email.
Did you email support about this?
She did email about herself on Friday and hasn't heard anything as of late last night. I haven't spoken to her today because she's working, but I just thought I'd point it out in case anybody else is having that issue. It is showing up on the volume report. So it did go through on our end. There may be a glitch.
Well, I
Or
know this, about 30% of the people, the welcome letter goes to their spam. So assuming she checked spam already.
She's
first
looked
thing to
at
do.
that, yeah.
Yeah, then just email support and they'll look into it. We had an issue with the state file. People are entering their state wrong, but we fixed that. So assuming it's not, there could be another something in how they enter it. As we get more and more customers, we discover little things in our form and how they need precise. It's almost like, it's not like healthcare, but you know, on a healthcare, if you don't order the doctor doesn't bill the insurance correctly, they don't get paid. And there's all these compliance rules. It's the same thing with credit protection. So if they ordered anything to do with that, there's our partner is very particular in how they get the data. But we think it's clear. So I've not heard anything until this. So thanks for
Okay.
mentioning it. And I'm glad you emailed support. And that means support has already reached out to our supplier and they've not mentioned any issues to me. So maybe they found a user error thing or are still waiting to get answers. But
Okay.
so I will say this. If they were billed by us, their credit card went through, they should have service live. But thanks for letting us know. I'll look into it.
Yeah, well, since she didn't get her welcome letter, she can't go in and check things. But anyways, I got a couple other things. A question on financing equipment. One of my team members has reached out to me. He's in logistics with a trucking company, and they have multiple, I guess, subcontractors where they've got like 10 people or 10 drivers each that are driving for this company. It's a nationwide company.
Okay.
And the company is now requiring, previously they could use their own vehicle. They are now requiring that they have to purchase a particular type of white van to do the deliveries. Is that something, because I know we can't do cars, but can we do vans and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's not that we can't. We can do anything, I shouldn't say anything, but it's just not always the best deal. If they can get approved at Ford for that van, they should. It's gonna be a lot lower price. But yeah, they can apply for a van through us, yes.
Okay. And then I have a couple of stories from this weekend. I met somebody who he has a couple of different jobs and didn't have health care.
Okay.
And one of the companies, they don't offer it to their customer or to their employees, and he's a manager there. So we're going to be working on that. He actually texted me today because I wasn't able to get his number when I met him. So, but the other thing is kind of a little twist on your thing where if you see the receipt and it doesn't have, cash price, credit price. Saturday, I went to a place that had a whole bunch of different food courts, or it was a big food court. And it just happened that the general manager was the person waiting on me. And I went to go and pay, and I was like, oh no, I said, you know what, here, instead of paying with my card, I'll pay you cash so that you don't have to incur the processing fee. And he was like, thank you so much, I appreciate that. But long story short is that he is actually in the process of looking for a new provider. So he made a point of giving me his card. He had to go and get it for me. And he was asking a whole bunch of different questions that were definite buying questions. So
Beautiful.
looking forward to speaking with him again.
Canvassing as a customer. Well done, Harlequin.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I just text Morgan to see. Okay. She's following up right now with our supplier on that. She hadn't heard anything over the weekend, but she's on.
Yeah, I don't know if Jackie had emailed yet on her customer because that happened late last night. So,
Jackie was the one that entered Florida, right?
probably.
Yeah, she was. She's the one who typed in Florida incorrectly, and so it went through. We've since changed it so you can't enter it wrong. But she's the one that had that's why she didn't get the welcome letter for
Okay.
that reason. So we've got a process she needs to go through because she's already paid for it, but they can't just activate it. So we'll deal with that. It's a unique situation. We won't have that glitch again. But that was her friend.
Okay.
We'll look into it. Have her
Okay.
email support because Morgan said she hadn't seen anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but so we'll
Awesome.
look into it.
All right. Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Okay, folks, that's it. No other questions or comments from anybody. So let's make it a strong week. Be that example, recruit those examples, lead those examples, and amplify the growth of your team. Make some bank. Get your reason why. Your why is our reason. God bless you, everyone. Have a great day. Appreciate it.